So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's gotten up my O's too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術をすべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらないビヨンド・ザ・レボリューションザ・コンセプト・イズ・レーシング
Formula Drift is brought to you by Kumho Tire and Fast Orange, the official hand cleaner of Formula Drift. GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Discount Tire Centers, California's #1 family-owned tire and service center.
Welcome to Orlando Speed World.
How could you not love to see cars ripping around a track?
You know Ken Block never signed boots?
Keep it goofy.
Yeah.
This is a page in the history book that we will never forget.
Let's send it!
We're up here behind the scenes, up here in the announcer's booth. All right, RCP, Ryan Literal. We are moving on to our next battle. I'll tell you what, RCP is surging. The Garagistic BMW high on the bank blends in the green of the vehicle and that wall. Look at that, just chameleon, karma chameleon, red, gold, and green. Oh, we lose another bumper there in that killer crossover. Here comes Ryan Literal, but RCP continues on, no problem. That dude has seen more hits, takes a lick and keeps on ticking.
Things constantly unfolding. The story's unfolding, and that's what's cool, being up here. We got AC, so I'm very sorry, but it's still hot because just all the pressure, man. It's just cool, but Orlando, the vibes, look at the people. What's cool about Orlando fans, there's, you know, everything from amateur, pro-am, just they're really well-educated fans. So I feel like we're kind of building up. They know that we're only in 32. You got to pace yourself, 16, 8, 4, and then a winner under the light. So they just know they're educated fans. That's what's cool. Heating up, we still got a lot more tires to burn as we send it here at Orlando Speed World. Welcome to Orlando Speed World. Hot, sweaty, and you get a dirty panda like this gentleman right here. No, don't be shy. Don't be shy. This guy, old dirty panda, this guy makes so many things happen behind the scenes. He hates everybody, but he loves everybody at the same time. Like all these people here in Orlando. Let's party at OSW.
What a dick.
What a beautiful day here in New Jersey. The Garden State is about to be the Smoky State because this is round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship as we make our way over what I call the Crazy 8, the figure 8 track. Holy cow!
Everything felt awesome.
Whoa, buddy. They banged doors, they banged back wheels. What the heck was that? Unbelievable. Adam LZ, James Dean, RTR. An RTR vehicle will win. Adam LZ with the nasty backwards entry. Adam LZ gets the win. We'll see you online and we'll see you another time. Send it from the Gymnasium. Welcome to the Garden State. This is New Jersey playing host to round 2 of the Link Engine Management Prospec Championship. Also, round 4 of the Pro Championship. Gosh, it feels like just yesterday we kicked things off in April in Long Beach. Then we go through Atlanta, Orlando. What an amazing event. That was all pro. But now here we are revisiting the Prospec talent. Joining me up here in the booth, I'm Jared Dean. Joining me in the booth is Matt Sopa, traditionally for the Pro, and you're going to be doing double duty. You're going to be nice and cool in the AC box right now, but then you're going to be down on the line for Pro. Thanks for joining me, Matt.
Yeah, it was. Thank you. It was a nice taste of the savory heat here in New Jersey. I was hoping to get away from the 100-degree weather that is in the desert where I'm from, and nope, it just followed me here.
Yeah, it's hot, but overall, I think a lot of people are excited about this track. The biggest thing here is watching practice, watching last year. Very unassuming. You know, we come off of Connor Shanahan winning in Atlanta, and he talks about, I heard that track might suit my style. That's got to be a little threatening for the rest of the field. But we'll get into Pro in a little bit. Right now, we're getting set for overall seating brackets. And we do things a little differently in Prospec and in Pro. Prospec, we just basically have battles to find out who fills the other 16 of the 32 bracket. In Pro, we find out who eventually wins in the seating brackets, but there's only 8 spots as opposed to 16. So a lot of math. Regardless, it all equates to having a darn good time here in New Jersey. So, Matt, we're getting things prepped here, getting the track prepped, putting the lines out. The judges getting in their place, but we'll be right back in just a little bit here at E-Town, the first ever purpose-built American Drift Coliseum. We'll be right back.
On race day, when we want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
We really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
Looking for what comes next, for that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, It starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Slippery synthetic molecules and center look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
NGK and NTK is more than just high ignitability spark plugs and precision sensors. They're about growing the car community. This is why they're introducing Shop Squad, an automotive meeting place for shop owners, service writers, technicians, students, and industry professionals to come together and share knowledge and encourage self-growth. Enrolling is free, and you have access to on-demand training, digital newsletters, product launch information, and more. Woo!
I'm Alex Martini, and I'm over here on Torque Motorsports to talk about Torque Drift 2's newest update, and I gotta say, it's huge. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge fan. I'm addicted. I think I have a problem. The team heard you and the hundreds of thousands of others over the past couple months as well. Simply put, you wanted a way to earn something in-game so you can buy and build cars with parts. We listened because I am genuinely stoked to announce that Torque Drift 2 has its very own currency that you can earn right now called Tofu. Torque Funds isn't a crypto coin or anything like that, and it never will be at any time in the future. It's just an in-game currency, and it's the means of exchange in Torque Drift 2. It's earnable for free by playing freestyle, earning XP, and reaching the 5 daily Tofu checkpoints, which gets you up to 30 Tofu a day. You can buy Tofu packs if you'd like in the Tofu shop, and it's accessible in the player status bar, but you don't need to. Freestyle is the first of many new game modes, and it pins you against the clock to hit clipping zones at iconic tracks like FD Irwindale and FD Long Beach. You get to improve your score by mastering drifts, wall taps, careful wall taps because I've messed it up before, transitions, and so much more. And if you place high enough, you get ranked onto the leaderboards. With that said, we are bringing the community together with just a touch of competition. Introducing multiplayer leaderboards. So we've got new competitions, we've got new in-game currency, we've got new multiplayer opportunities. On the game side, we've made huge improvements to the UI and UX. We added a patch notes link at the login screen to learn about our changes in more detail so that you know what's going on. We made a bunch of optimizations to our tracks to give our quality settings more frame rate. We fixed some bugs, cleaned up some stock parts appearing in the wrong spots. We've got a bug report link that now works and cleaned up some clipping points in Hakone so you're no longer just randomly flipping your car. Oh, and we made things a bit cleaner by introducing a brand new place in the game called The Shop. From here is where you can shop for cars, car parts, Prospec cars that are available to pick up with Tofu, our in-game currency if you want, and more. And for the modders, we have a kick-ass new road tool that simplifies track creation from start to finish. You can snap terrain, customize road material to create your own crazy track, and then share that with your friends and the 350,000 other players in our track list that is growing each and every day. With that said, we are absolutely stoked to have 0.9 ready for you guys and gals. We have been working, honestly, we've been working our asses off to make these changes and to make the game even bigger and better than ever before. And if you've given it a try once and it wasn't your cup of tea, we truly believe that you should give this another chance because it is wickedly fun on controller and also on a steering wheel. And if you play the game, shoot us your best drift clips over at alex@greasemonkeygames.com. I'd love to take a look at them or tag us on Instagram with the hashtag TorqueDrift2. I'm Alex Martini. I'm over here on Torque Motorsport, and we hope you enjoyed this update, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.
A lot of exciting things going on here. Matt, let's just dive into Prospec.
Let's do it.
What were your expectations coming to this season? We saw the field of drivers. We saw some drivers leave Prospec, going to pro. Opens up, you know, kind of a whole new, I don't know, like season of drivers. What were your expectations coming in here? Who's one to watch? You know, obviously Tommy Lemaire.
Yeah,
you know, he gifted us maple syrup. He's trying to bribe us with maple syrup.
You got one too?
Oh my gosh, he's that sneaky Canadian.
Mama's own recipe.
Yeah, it's from his own sugar shack. No,
like,
but go ahead, please.
Anyway, I don't know why this always sticks in my mind. We have like more Corvettes in Prospec than ever. And
we get it. You're a Mustang guy, Matt.
Which I'm pumped about because anytime there's more than not S chassis, because we've all seen them. You know, it's time for new chassis to come in here. But Wills is one to look at Atlanta. I think he kind of took himself out. He's super aggressive. We got a chance to talk to him today in the pits, and he's super pumped. He's like, I'm going to give it 125%. I was like, okay,
just give me 95.
Let's see it. Yeah, give me the 96.5, and you're going to do great. And I got a chance to talk to Jeff Denat. He's like, I'm actually taking some grip out of the car. I'm loosening it up. I was like, yeah, you're missing a part here. Your sway bar isn't connected. He's like, yeah, don't want that.
Wow.
He's like, we got enough side by with the GT radials, the 255s. They're a 35 series tires, so there's not a whole lot of sidewall there. He's like, we're not going to get any more side grip by hooking up the bar. So that was kind of an interesting thing we've seen. And overall, I mean, I've always said that there's always these sleeper cells in Prospec, and like anybody can come out of the woodwork and totally dominate. We got guys like Denat, Illingworth. We got Rudy Hansen still in the game. He's doing double duty. Brudski's playing double duty. And just looking at the practices today, I mean, it's super aggressive. You look at this track on a two-dimensional level, just bird's eye, looks very simple, but we got a lot of different surface changes. We got this new asphalt made a few years ago. We got the drag strip still hanging in there, serving as our transition
there's a little hip in the middle,
hip in the middle. You can see a lot of guys. What I like to see in outer zone, and right in the middle of outer zone 2 by the Air Force and Royal Purple out there, is there's almost these whoops that are they're unintended, and you can kind of tell who's got their rebound and dampening set right. When if you see them kind of porpoising over there, they got to work on that a little bit. We see the guys that are dialed in. It's really good, fun to see that kind of contrast in the cars.
And like you say, adapt, right? And again, it being flat, you talk about 2D, you don't have berms, you don't have banks, but there's slight elevation changes, surface changes. So I think the clean slate creates just a different piece of art for everybody. So let's elaborate on judges' notes because in the drivers' meeting, both in Prospec and Pro, there was kind of an adaptation to the rule because given, you can only tell the history by looking at the past. We've seen some pretty sensational incidents. Fortunately, nobody got hurt, but cars were damaged in the making. But what was a note that stood out for you?
So what we're showing here is I was talking to Brian Egger, one of our judges here. He's calling 2 tires off for this round as an incomplete. And his thought process on that was like, if you're 2 tires off on this one, you're way out of the weeds anyway, so it's going to be hard. You kind of the chase car, the big point of that was if you're 2 tires off as a lead car, the chase car's really got nowhere to go, and you're in the wall essentially.
You're essentially impeding. So we talked. All right, you talked about all the people. You talked about everybody who you're leaving out. Alex Jaeger. This is essentially essentially this is home track. I mean, E-Town throws their own events called the Gambler. He's had great success here. Also, Joshua Love. Josh is hitting his stride. The car and him are getting really well suited together. But seeing TLO, he's got a big smile on his face. He took a year off. Jaeger, he's got a new livery, his Steel It Coatings livery. Josh Love running his own campaign. He's having a lot of fun. But he wants to win. So does Alex Jaeger, and Alex would love to do it here on his home track. So taking a look at the points overall, you can see TLO leading the pack, only 1 round in. Look at that, Nate Chen, Huma Rahimi, Jack Davis, Dimitri Brudski, never settled, Dustin Miles, Farouk, Connor O'Sullivan, Jaden Motorana, and Kelsey Rawlings. So
yeah, and unfortunately, we're talking about Brudski. He actually had an incident with the wall in
outside zone 3, right?
Yeah, and had to get his car towed off. So hopefully he can get that thing dialed back in. I'm not sure he's going to have to for the seating because he's far enough in there. I don't believe I've seen him on here. So yeah, I think he's got a day to get back in that car, get it dialed in. We'll have some warm-up for him so we can get into the main event.
Yep. So again, the bracket here, the seating bracket, what it breaks down to is we have 16 spots available. Do the math. We have, looks like 31. There was a bye run of one of the drivers. The other 31 are here, but only 16 drivers will move on to join the other 16 that are pre-seeded based off of round 1. So you saw those top 15 there. They're chilling right now. Well, not chilling because it's hot. Here we go. Our first battle. Looks like it's Mr. Adam Knapik, that Donut S chassis, that Rap Legends Rap, looking good, dipping and tripping, going to that second outside zone. Now, this is that big wall we're talking about. Let's see as they hit the run. And again, he is going against Mr. Talaska. Yeah, you talk about that there. So, but now coming across here, there's again that peak right there in the middle. And that last outside zone, great execution by Adam Knapik. And take note of, previous years, that outside zone 3, that wall played a major role. Also, tires going off, you start digging it, it digs in, the car's going to dig in, and it's going to disrupt, and it's
eventually going to hurt you.
Yeah, I like that we got the walls a little away from there. It helps the drivers with their confidence to get deeper in that zone, just like Adam Knapik did in outer zone 3. Let's take another look at here in the sky as he throws it in there. Kind of a straight up initiation. Talaska kind of played a little bit of catch up here. Does a good job of mimicking the transition, going into the outer zone 2. Adam looking fairly comfortable. You can kind of see the porpoising as they go through the drag strip area there. Phil in the outer zone 2 did a really good job in his lead position here, getting nice and close to that inner clip. They do a good transition here. Like a little more aggression there going into outer zone 3, but as the day progresses, we might be able to see that. But Talaska doing a really good job. Everybody was checking the boxes on this run. It was pretty good.
That was a great way to start here in our seating bracket. Adam Knapik out front. He's had a bit of bad luck here and there, and you know I'm sure he really wants to come together. But he's going against Talaska, who is very, very talented, and he's been familiar with his car. So looking forward to see how this unfolds. And here we are taking a look at Talaska now out front, and Knapik chasing him down. And that initiation, Knapik goes off.
More than 2.
Oh, that is definitely more than 2. And we'll see, you know, if Talaska effective. Just kind of take a look at the different views from the naked eye and the screen. We're going to run that one back, of course, on the instant replay. Talaska keeps on keeping on, but Knapik, let's see if he can finish this one out, put a bow on it as there we see Talaska and his BMW E36 crossing that line.
I think we talked about that announcer's curse, and you kind of said it right before Adam. He was like, you know, he's kind of had a run of a bad luck, and there he does, kind of takes himself out there in outer zone 1.
Yeah, was it something Talaska did?
Let's check it out here.
Yeah,
so we got Talaska whipping it in there. Adam kind of looks like he understeered. He just blew outer zone out of the water there along with the clip, and Talaska's out for a little Thursday night cruise here as Adam Knapik, he keeps it in frame here, giving us a show. Talaska nice and steady out front, getting real close to that inner clip 1. Adam taking a little piece out of that. He's still in the picture here, but that's probably going to be the end of Adam's weekend today, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like it was under his own power. You saw him just beeline into that first outside zone. And there's Talaska. Looks like he's going to head on over.
Friendly exchange here.
Yeah. I don't think he's throwing blows there, but we'll make it official. Make sure the judges are all in agreement.
We got Michael Weber out there going to point at the winner here.
All right, so our 3 judges, Brian Eggert, Reese Marin, and Vernon, joining us here. Again, a very accomplished panel of judges. As we are
Vernon from Drift Masters, and Reese, they've been drifting. He's got his own drift school. He's been drifting for what, almost 20 years. Eggert, like you said, just one of the prestige.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Long-time drifter. They do the Appalachia drift that just happened in Kentucky. I'm going, dude. I'm not even driving. I just want to hang out. And here we are taking a look at the Air Force instant replay.
You could kind of see Talaska almost got a piece of that wall, but I don't think that affected Adam. I think Adam's front end kind of just washed out a little bit there from that angle. If we could get another look, maybe we could see get a little more information on what happened with Knapik there without asking him personally anyway. Yeah, Talaska doing a great job. A lot of smoke, a lot of throttle happening there as he looks. Take a look here. That number 116 car of Talaska waiting for our result. I like to say he's cool as a cucumber, but I know it's the track temp on Florida was like 145.
He's hot as sizzling bacon right now. Here we go. Knapik left, Corey Talaska on the right. Slide him 1, 2, 3 times. A winner. Unfortunately, Knapik takes himself out. Talaska gets the victory. Again, just doting on our judges here. You know, Robin Shida, he is not with us here this round of competition. He stayed home, but we're going to see him at the next round of competition. A pro driver, FD judge in Japan as well. Reese, longtime drifter, a spotter for Chelsea Denofa. In his championship season. Vernon, an active, obviously, drift master judge as well. And Brian, one of the most tenured judges in the world, one of the most active drifting event producers in the U.S. as well.
All right, just got word that our next battle, actually, DJ Stubstad is going to call his 5. He messaged you earlier saying that they had to re-gear his rear end because they lost their gear. So what that means is they got to get the right wheel speed for the track. So you can kind of manipulate that. You might lose a gear, but you can get, I quote, 3rd gear out of 2nd gear by making a taller gear out of the rear end, so to speak, so that the wheels will spin at the same speed. But then you're kind of struggling with your engine power band's got to be able to do that, kind of like dig out of it, out of a lower gear. So up next will be, I believe, Nick Jimenez and Ricky Hofmann.
Okay, yep. So again, Chris Leonard did have a bye run, so he is in. If you're a Mr. Leonard fan, he is in the seating bracket. He is advancing on, so we'll see Chris Leonard in top 32 tomorrow. Talaska is moving on as well. So again, Lance and DJ Stubstad, competition timeout. So should see Jimenez and Ricky Hofmann.
Another local.
Swapping.
What?
They're just making sure the the higher seated driver will lead first and so on and so forth. Get that clean air.
So that'll be Nick in front.
Yep. Jimenez out front, Ricky Hofmann in the chase position. All right, looks like we are clear to send, sending cars. And they come out, shooting under the bridge. You can see right there, the judges stand is right at the top of the big tower. Here goes Jimenez, right in, really well executed. You can see Ricky Hofmann kind of chasing him down, having a go now all the way on the far side of the track, that outside zone 2. A lot of smoke being created, even though, like you said, the 235s in that last outside zone, and puts it right where he needs to. All right, bringing it across.
Yeah, that was nice and smooth. I feel like Ricky was kind of playing catch up that whole time, but he didn't make it obvious. He didn't have a whole lot of proximity, but he didn't make a lot of mistakes to try and cut the course to gain that proximity in the chase position.
Okay, so it's all taken in order. Taking a look at our Air Force.
I love how we couldn't see it there, but how close Jimenez was to that outside one wall, and he brings it around outside 2. You can see Hofmann there, kind of cutting the corner there for our zone 2, and he still didn't make up ground. He just isn't getting enough speed or grip out of those 255s, and they come around here. He's getting lost in the smoke as well. Jimenez doing a great job filling that outer zone 3. Could have poured a little more angle on it, and that's one thing I've discussed here with a lot of our fellow staff. Like, what really ties a bow on this course is how aggressive you can throw your car into outer zone 3 with angle and only slow it down with angle. That's just so spectacular.
It's scary though.
It
is threatening, and you could
I'm in danger.
Yeah, and this is where it gets hairy too, as far as tire and attrition. Here they are burning through it. There's that outside zone 2. That's going to eat a lot of rubber. All right, the Crazy 8 here. Ricky Hofmann now up front, that non-stop tuning S chassis. Jimenez in the Nissan in the chase position. Ricky looking a lot more comfortable, but Jimenez is not letting him get away. Now the killer crossover into that final outside zone. Oh, you talk about it. There he goes. Ricky says, hold my handbrake. Well done by Ricky.
Yeah, Jimenez just knocking on his door the whole time. I really like that aggression there as they go through the course here. And Ricky, I felt like he was a little short on our zone 1. Maybe the replay would show a little better angle of that, but from our point of view on that live run, I feel like he came up a little short on our zone 1. You can see, yeah, he got a tire or 2 in there, maybe just the rear left there as he comes around. Good transition by both drivers here as they get through outer zone 2. Jimenez just keeping the pressure on there. A lot more proximity than Hofmann had in his chase. And they come around here, look at that. The car disappears in the smoke, and boom, there it is. A good aggressive transition by Hofmann as they go into outer zone 3. Jimenez still sticking it to him through the finish line.
All right.
Yeah, you can see how, he wasn't even in the zone there. Hofmann in the lead position here as they go through outer zone 2 again. And I feel like that's going to be a big unchecked box there for that driver in the lead position from Hofmann. If I had to sway either way, it would be going towards Jimenez at this point with his, I feel like, more dominant chase run over Ricky, and his lead filled all the boxes, and he just filled all the zones as well.
And here we go. Slide him left for Jimenez or right for Ricky Hofmann. It looks like Jimenez gets the victory and advances on. So Nick Jimenez getting the victory and moving on. All right, we'll see if we see Lewis Lands and DJ Stubstad.
Yeah, I think we got the battle after that. Looks like Brian Wills and Trevor Reuter in the box.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a quick battle. That was definitely, yeah. By the time they get done with that 5 minute, get re-geared up.
True.
So they got, yeah.
Threw him, put him back out there, but we'll see if DJ's confident too with his equipment. How much you want to risk it for. But yeah, it looks like it is Brian Wills and Trevor Root.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Remember Brian in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Remember how insane he went?
How could you forget? And Trevor Root, I feel like he's starting to blossom from. I hate to make a plant joke with the Root, but he's coming out. Like,
it's all good.
He's
did it. I am Groot. He is Root. Here we go. Who are you rooting for?
Let's get them lights out and go.
So you can see again the traditional. This used to be a drag strip for so many years. They closed the drag strip. Still have the road course. Still have an 8 mile, but then a traditional quarter-mile. They closed down and built this purpose-built facility. All right, Will's out front, Root in the chase position.
Oh, restart.
Restart. Saw those lights come on. Cone was hit.
Okay. Man, I thought there might have been just a whisper of a wish of contact there. That's one of the risky things when you're going, you know, tip to tail, as you say. And I thought I saw a little bumper action there move when the lead car put on the binders.
All right, Scene head back to the line. For those that don't know, traditional ball sports, 3 strikes, you are out. So either you jump the light, you hit a cone. But keep in mind the chase car can leave the start line before the lead car to pace accordingly or not. But here we are. Re-rack them and stack them. Wheels out front, Root in the chase position. And away they go. No cone hit, looks like, and we got a clean start. Here we go. Will's out front, Root in the chase position. Will's big swing right in front of Root. Wow, that was really confident. This is what we talked about in Atlanta, what Wills did out there. Trevor Root, look at him, he's just absolutely digging that. That thing looks like a Caterpillar more than an S chassis. Talking about the tractor, not the animal, not the animal. Oh look, he blossomed in a beautiful butterfly. All right, not the Caterpillar bug, dude. Talking front loader.
I got you. I picked up what you're throwing down. So maybe he didn't go 125%. Maybe he did go that 95. That was very controlled lead run from Wills here. And Trevor Root, once you take another look at it, I felt like he was sacrificing a little bit of angle to get that proximity. Once we get that shot here, we'll kind of pick it apart.
Let's take a look at a United States Air Force instant replay for you, the fans, and the judges as well. And there we go.
All right, yeah, look at Wills here. Awesome proximity there. Fully filling that zone, lifting up that front right tire there. As he does kind of a lazier transition, but Root is still in the game here as they go through outer zone 2. Root kind of sacrificing, like I said, a little bit of angle to get that pressure on. He does a really good job here. And look at the transition. The car disappears again. Awesome anticipation of that. You can see that car, that S chassis of Wills just digging through after that transition and really pouring on the throttle to get it not only filled, but really do a good job of maintaining the momentum through there. I like it.
All right, let's switch it up. Let's see Root out front and Wills. This is what you're talking about, just that 125%, maybe dial it down a little bit, gain that composure. That's what champions are made of. All right, Trevor Root out front, Wills initiates smoothly, both of them. Look at that. I mean, look at this. You're seeing Wills pull that front right up. Now going that second outside zone, some separation here between Root. Digs in that tire. Looks like it might have been one, but it definitely affects him and his line. We'll see how big of a that's going to hurt the outcome for Root. Wills does gain some ground there.
Yeah, I was going to say right up until that point, Wills was almost struggling to keep up, and then Root kind of threw the anchor out and kind of helped them there.
Nasty Habit set on the door. It's a shop, Chico, California. Here it is again.
All right. So checking it out here, looking at that Root, Foley getting into that auto zone 1, and Wills doing a great job here. Could have done a little better job in the transition. That might have been the lead car's fault as far as positioning goes, because it kind of set him up for failure. Was a straight in there, definitely shorter than the 2 seconds that we've kind of established. Or it's 1 second now, 1,000 Formula Drift, and they're coming into 4 hour 3. Look at that! Look at that proximity and pressure from Wills here. Taking another look at the run up here. Root doing a good job of feeling it there. Put on the pressure here. I feel like Wills was just too deep in the pocket. Didn't give himself enough room to transition there, but he kind of got new life here through outer zone 2 as Root brings it around, pouring on the angle. You can see the cars just disappearing in this GT radial smoke, and as they come around here, Wills could have been a little more aggressive, but I feel like the deficits that Root had in that lead position is going to kind of hurt him here in the decision making by our judges.
Yeah, and that's why I agree with the decision. I think the judges, took everything in consideration, talking about that 2 tires off, throwing off that chase car. But let's see the outcome here. Brian Wills does get the win, and it is unanimous. Unfortunately, Trevor Root, leaning down judges, Vern and Reese. Brian, that with that wheel going off affecting his line, it probably eventually affected Wills. I'm getting the head nod here without speaking to him. Yeah, he wavered, straightened out. So getting some clarification here. The international hand signal there of he wavered around. I thought Vern was just waving at me. Sean Illingworth, sideways Sean. Adam Heishman, wall hugs. I never saw his Instagram handle, that's great. Wall hugs.
That is a good one. I like it.
Is that who we got next? Just want to clarify. Oh, we might have to divert back to Lewis Lance, DJ Stubstad. Okay, all right, so we are getting clarification. We were going back to the Lewis Lance and DJ Stubstad after DJ Stubstad called the competition timeout, thought he had it all good, goes to the burnout box, leaves the burnout box, and just goes right back to the pit. So unfortunately, DJ Stubstad has bowed out. A DNS, do not start. So this is a bye run for Lewis Lance. So lay out and listen. Thanks for joining us here. Again, round 2 of the Link Engine Management Prospec Championship. Everybody running the Link ECU as well as GT Radial tires, hence the name Prospec. Hot today. The umbrellas definitely coming in handy, and I don't think it's going to cool down till
the sun goes down.
I meant like till the end of July. Yeah. Seeing a lot of weather out there just across the country, so stay safe. Seeing some floods in Texas and overwhelming heat here in the Northeast. But so there we go. Lewis Lance advances on into top 32 tomorrow. He has a program there where you can go sign his car. So I feel like if you're feeling froggy, head on over there during the break or tomorrow morning or whenever you feel like it. Just going over there.
Throw a little doodle.
Yeah, throw a little. This my name is Simon. I like to do drawings. All right, so we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue here with our Formula Drift Prospec Link Engine Management Round 2 seating bracket. Don't go anywhere.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
you really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
This is it!
It's a beautiful day here in Englishtown,
Raceway Park. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Jared Dienda, Matt Sopa. Our judges, you got Vernon, you got Reese Marin, and you got Brian Eggert. Very accomplished judges, so thank you so much for joining us here. We are live as we are ready to see how we're going to do. Look at the bird in the sky huck too right there as we are seeing who's going to throw down right now. Not even halfway through. And we are about to see, it looks like, is this Sean Illingworth? Yep, I believe it is. Sean Illingworth and Adam Heishman. Sean, definitely a talented driver, coming from Southern California. A long haul for him. Definitely steezy, big style, big angle, but just needs to kind of tighten it up, get it refined.
Yeah, he's gonna do well here. Adam Heishman's definitely no slouch. He's one of the other two Mustangs in here. As you know, they hold a little place in my heart. So let's talk about these drivers' meetings notes. So, like we talked about earlier, 2 tires off is an incomplete for this round. And yeah.
Another one here is, and that came into play, I remember previous years, initiate no later than, obviously, you see that we don't have cones. We actually have the indicators on the wall. Initiate no later than that. So you got 3, 2, 1, and then you got to be into that first outside zone.
Oh, it's like restarts out.
And drivers meeting had some, here we go. So looks like it is a restart here. Sideways Sean. Nope, stop.
I guess he's just like, no, I'll do what I want.
Well, shut her down. All right, so that'll be a restart.
Yeah, maybe we got to talk to Kevin, make those lights bigger in the daylight. But no, that's all jokes aside. We're going to line them back up here, re-rack them and stack them, as you say.
Yep, another cone. Okay, he rolled the start. So drivers meeting notes here, again, elaborating on this. 2 tires off is an incomplete. It's going to definitely impede in that chase car. Initiate no later than number 1 marker on the wall. Again, 3, 2, 1. 1 marker on the wall is closest to that outside zone. Tire drops for the lead in outside zone 1 are more severe this year. That transition from outside zone 1 to 2 must be smooth and chaseable, meaning don't chop it up. I know, as we are about to initiate our way into this battle of Illingworth and Heishman. See if we get a clean start. So again, he rolled the start. So that's 1 strike for sideways Sean. Got to stay right there on the starting blocks. Don't roll, but again, the chase car could throw you off if they decide to leave before.
Yep. We got a couple LSs under the hood here.
Yeah.
Push rods just screaming. Let's go.
All right, no cone hit. Got a good start. Sideways Sean's his handle. Let's see if he lives up to it. Wow. That first outside zone, Sean using all the course. Tips maybe a tread off there, but I don't think that'll affect him too much. It doesn't affect Heishman in the chase. And there's sideways Sean now into the Illingworth. Right now, Ruckus goes for that outside zone. That got real scary pucker effect. Going that last outside zone 3 right on the course edge. And there you have it. So, man, Sean is like,
what's going on here, bud?
He is flirting, dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Look at that thing. So
a lot of polishing to do on that lead run here, but let's hand it to Heishman here. He's doing an excellent job of adapting here. Good job by Illingworth at filling out that zone 1, and it comes around here. Look at the proximity from Heishman. I honestly didn't expect this. He was doing really well there. Illingworth sending it a little bit into the weeds there. Heishman keeping his composure and setting himself up great here for the transitioning, and then coming back to that proximity. And besides that little oops, Illingworth did have a fairly clean lead run here, filling all the zones, having some nice transitions here, and Adam was doing a good job in the chase position there. So let's see what he can do out front with some clean air. We turn these guys around and see what these supercharged LSs can do. And we got a Z chassis and a Mustang New Edge chassis, which is the only one in the whole series, mind you.
Connoisseur here.
Well, it's easy when they're so
Here we go. So Heishman out front, initiates. Whoa! Wow, that was aggressive, but he was locked and loading. Saw that counter steer. Let's see how Sean handles that. Doesn't seem to affect him too much. Nice job. There we go. Sean dropping in. And Heishman, there we go, into that second. Now going to venture on over to that last outside zone. And gets all of it. Wow. So good proximity there by Sean. Almost gets taken out as he crosses the finish line.
Man, gotta give it to Heishman. He knows where that steering lock was, and he was using it the entire time in that transitions. Maybe not with the track temperature being so high. Maybe we can't get as much grip as we'd like together here. But look at all the angle. Use that full. You can kind of see it hit the bump stop. He brings it back, forces him to kind of leave outer zone 1 a little earlier there, but he still doesn't make it look smooth into outer zone 2. So Illingworth, you can kind of see him bumping and grinding there into the chase position because it's kind of a little slower than he might have been expecting in the lead run, but Heishman makes it look good. He's just full lock, dude. That was just really good stuff there. I like seeing that, like that full commitment, even though it might not have been as fast. A little left foot braking there. Grabbing a little handbrake as they enter into outer zone 2, getting blinded by the smoke. Illingworth is still putting on the pressure. You kind of see the car get settled, unsettled, settled, trying to just keep the proximity while still maintaining drift. Is when you're following, maybe your car's a little faster than the lead car. It's something you got your like the bees. You're using all the instruments in the cockpit to try and keep that thing in drift, proximity, and matching the angle. All happening within a few seconds.
Absolutely. So, I think the judges want to take another look at it. It's because this is where, we
got no one more times.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Is no one more times. So it really puts a lot of pressure on the judges, and I think it's the right thing to do for most unenviable job, but a lot of pressure on these guys because they have to say, hey, you lost, not just you won, but you lost. So a lot of pressure, but they are, again, very accomplished. So proud to have our judging panel this year. I think it's just really well-rounded from, from Japan to local to Colombia to Appalachia to Europe, like all over. I think it really feeds into why Formula Drift.
Here we got BC Racing's custom coilover side by side here. As you can see kind of the angle difference here. Look at Heishman's transition there. They both had really good jobs mimicking here, but look at the angle pouring out of Heishman compared to Illingworth. He's a little deeper in our zone 2. You can tell that there's a little more wheel speed, a little more. This is going to be a tough decision. I mean, besides the more angle of Heishman and seeming a little more confident in the lead position, that's the only thing that keeps me wavering towards him. But it's if anything had to go one more time, I know we can't. I would definitely be. I'd like to see him do it again.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're going to have a decision.
No, I like it, dude. Got the Racer Bunny on the windshield. Shout out to my boy Nico. Could see that right there. Heishman Racing Fuel. You got that Spectre again. Some gear. Let's see what comes out on top. This is a real tough one.
Yeah, Heishman's looking a lot more comfortable in that car compared to Atlanta. I think he was kind of wrestling some bugs there with that course. And that course is pretty daunting as it is, so it's good to see him kind of step it up here and walk away learning from last round and put up against one of the top-tier Prospec drivers.
And sorry to cut you off there. Again, just so you could see the names, not just hear the names. Reese Marin, Vernon Zwenefeld, and then Brian Eggert. So Vernon Z joining us, a newcomer to Zwenefeld. How do you say it, Vern? Say it. How? Schweinfeld. Schweinfeld.
Oh, a little bit of a split decision here.
All right. Oh, look at this. And here we go. Sean Illingworth gets the win, 2-1. Adam Heishman knocked out, but Illingworth soaked. So that's why I just call you Vernon, or Vern. Big Vern.
You know what I mean, Vern?
Yep. And it was 2-1. Sorry, pardon me. I can't remember. Looking at 2-1, but overall, yeah,
that had to have been the split. Like, if it was a main competition, I think we would have seen that go one more time. And is what it is. So now we're on to the next battle. We got Jay Habich and Jeff Denat.
All right. Let's see what Habich and Denat. Habich comes out firing in that S chassis, and then into that first outside zone. Denat back there quite a bit. Gets lots of smoke. He takes some angle out of it to gain the proximity. Pink pig. So a little bit of juxtaposition there. Now comes around that final outside zone. Denat tucking into that smoke. Now looks like he's more confident. Getting closer and closer.
Nice.
All right, Habich comes across. He just ripped through the course.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting strategy, though. Like I was talking earlier about Denat, he was like, if I can do a good lead run, but let's look at him in the chase here. He's trying to make up ground here, leaving outer zone 1 pretty early as Habich kind of loses a little more momentum in there and gives Denat a chance to catch up. He's keeping the pressure on, matching the angle for the most part. Good proximity with inner clip 1 there. Awesome mimicking the transition, because from this, you couldn't see how buried he was in the smoke. It looked a lot worse from that other live angle. So let's flip it and reverse it and see what Denat does. So his strategy here, he was telling me, he's like, if I can just put a killer lead run, that'll carry most of the way. Like, that's half the battle, literally and figuratively.
G.I. Joe, here we go. Jeff Denat out front. Jace Habich in the chase position. Denat with a slow roll out of the gate. Let's see what strategy's got here. Jeff. You can see those 3-2-1 indicators on the wall, that red stripe. Donati comes into that second outside zone, the big, long, almost 180-degree circle there, into and out of, past that front clip. And that final last outside zone. Whoa, almost, wow, looked like Donati was all, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. Donati did everything, but Habich was like, you're going out there? I'm going out? No, I'm not going out there. Oh, and he did.
You know,
that was
without looking
scary.
at another angle, I think Donati kept it on the asphalt. So yeah, we were telling.
Oh, he totally did.
We were talking about you know, keeping the car a little looser, and you know, he filled all those zones beautifully here. Good smooth transitions, and Habich is doing a good job of mimicking that transition, following it out of zone 2. Could have been a little closer there. Now he starts knocking on his rear tire there just a little bit. Could have put a little more pressure on here. So you can see that anticipation he was doing. He cut it really big there to keep that. I think that could be one of those little iotas that just.
Are you saying Donati was delayed, or are you saying
Habich cut a lot to like that? He could have done it earlier and cleaner in that transition as they're going out.
On the crossover, right? Going past the inside clip. Watch this transition here. So kind of delayed, and then he's like and rolls into it.
Yeah, you see the nose of the car kind of fall. He's 1 or 2 tires off, but Donati was fully in that zone.
Yeah.
And he might be right in his strategy. I liked it where he's like, I'm going to just put a great smooth lead run, and that's going to get me most of the way there in the chase. I'll make the car, you know, follow most of the field if I, you know.
It seemed that Habich needed a little more patience, maybe, right? So, I mean, you were talking about but he delayed and then went on the outside. I don't know.
Yeah, he kind of like hesitated more than anything. I think he just didn't.
Because it felt like the whole battle he was like right there with him, and then on that last point,
I think if he would have dived in when we first kind of seen him transition and attack, and then he backed out and then got back in. If he did in that first little oof, I think he would have set up a lot more pretty.
All right, looking in there at Donati. You just see him just breathe, and you see his chest. Here we go. Slide him left for Habich or right for Jeff Donati, and Jeff Donati does get the win. New suit, boot, and goofing, and he gets the win. Congratulations to Jeff Donati. Habich unfortunately knocked out. Maghoumi, and we got the boss coming up next.
Yeah, I think Alan is still in his backup car unless they put the backup livery on his main car. So I didn't get a chance to talk to him on my little tour of the pits this morning. So let's see what he does against Sam Maghoumi. He had some issues in practice as well. So hopefully they got the car back dialed in and we can have a good battle here.
All right, here we are, Maghoumi, Alan Boss, Tripoli, and Oak Harbor, Ohio. Could be further apart. All right, let's see what Alan Boss has got for Maghoumi. We've seen some great things from him. I remember he made his debut at Long Beach Grand Prix, and I was like, who is
that? Was the first time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, that's right. All right, here we go. So Maghoumi out front, Boss in that chase position. Boss, he attacks like a boss, but needs to get in that formation, and Boss goes hard.
Ugly.
Ooh.
Yeah, he completed that.
Yeah, he went right into the side. He kind of Y-boned him. It wasn't exactly a T-bone. It was a bit of a Y.
On the initiation, you could see him just planting that foot brake, and I'm not sure if he was expecting a little more speed or momentum out of Maghoumi, but then even more so going in outer zone 2 there. Maybe we can take another look at it here, but it just looked like the front end kind of washed out, and he ran out of track. See there, it's just piling on, putting a flat spot in that GT radial in the front, and then here it comes. Like he hit the tire, so it kind of made him wash out, and unfortunately, that might be the nail in his coffin this weekend as we get fire and safety out there. Hopefully he's all good. And a little tap, yep, so then, could probably pull the tire out, and then basically you got no steering. And put him right in there. So one tire is hunting, the other is fishing. The car's going to go where it wants to.
All right, clean up there on aisle 2, Huck 2, as we going to see what is going to happen. And we do have to deem fault because given they got to put hands on the car and this and that. So
yeah, we had an incomplete run with contact, so there's definitely, you're correct.
Yep. So incomplete run with contact. There's Boss stepping out of the car, make sure he's okay. You can see the officials. Hey, make some noise for him. Yeet yeet says it on the door. Unfortunately, yeeted a little too hard. I think the judges are they're buying a little bit of time here. Want to make sure that the correct decision is made. Taking a look at the replay. Didn't see that didn't seem that Maghoumi did anything completely out of character to impede.
Yeah, I mean, at first glance here, let's check it out.
Look at it again.
Got the smoke coming out of that front right. Through the transition, Maghoumi's just, yep, he got bumped and he fleeted himself into the wall there. In my most humble opinion.
Yeah.
It didn't look like Sam did anything that he shouldn't have been.
And just want to confer with the judges, excuse me. Brian, Reese, Vernon, who's at fault? Boss, okay, so yes. Okay, Boss is at fault. So again, as you say, that contact, collision, incomplete.
Right.
So Maghoumi is allowed to get hands on his car. Boss would need to utilize his competition timeout to fix any repairs that would need to be done.
Yep, back.
So we'll take a short break here on cleanup on aisle 2. Don't go anywhere. Again, hard-working crew here at E-Town. Round 2 of the Link Engine Management Prospec Championship.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
you really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
This is it!
My name is Kevin Wells, Competition Director of Formula Drift. We're out here at Round 3 Orlando. It's about 86 degrees and a whole lot of humidity, and hopefully it stays beautiful like it is right now. Popped out. My crossmember is completely broke. Yeah. Oh, crossmember broke. No, the yeah. See the ears. The ears on the rack.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the motor.
No. Really? That's fine.
A wrist pin.
Oh, that's using the lock, huh?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to look at the car for the damage in the back?
Yeah, if you got hit, right? Yeah, you can look at it.
So that it is our 5 year.
No, you're on a free 5. You both got one for this, I believe.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do we have an extra 5?
Here.
Huh?
Here.
It's a pump for sure. You can hear it.
I can't do a fucking 5.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, stop. Does this come out or no?
Hold it on the bottom. The little brackets on the bottom.
You got a pair of dikes? Can you just grab it with a pair of dikes right on the exposed part of the ball and pry from there and pull her out? Oh, there you go.
We got a non-ball in now.
I'll find something to get it off.
I pushed him on the bank.
At least I got that.
I'm losing a parking space. That's what I'm mad about, guys. So I got pushed back to the back of the line. We got to make it up next round. Speak it into existence. All right, get out of here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I don't know where I'm at, but do you have a clue where Adam Elsey would be pitted at? I'm in the ticket booth all day. If I get a picture with him, I'm happy.
That was an awesome chase right there. Thank you. That was sick. That was fun. Yeah.
Seeing that's generally causing these tire fires. Like, do you need to trim more of the bumper off and get less shit there?
I think it accumulates on the top side. I don't know where you hit it on yours, but
I mean, it definitely accumulates here.
Button up whatever you got to button up, because the damage was only in the front, so they can see. So they're saying you're doing something else in the back.
Oh,
I know what you're doing. Oh. Right. So yeah, just yeah. No, I saw what you were doing. But yeah, so close her up, finish your tape, whatever. Yeah. Hopefully they're gonna make it in the next 20 seconds. Yo, you gotta be running, driving away.
Second bottle I went through this weekend.
It's all right, you got more.
I'm gonna need another bottle too. I'm almost out.
No problem.
Probably fine to drive off, right?
That surface is so abrasive on this side. I was weighing tires and stuff, and it's like they're losing 4 pounds of rubber per tire per lap. Power steering pump. So power steering pump is Foley. So just swap the whole thing out.
They're going to have to use their other side.
Hey, we'll take another bar. Start it. All right.
All right, people, the fans finding shade here at E-Town. It's a little few and far between, but hey, there you go. You guys are hyped, getting up there on the screen, and we are seeing.
Yeah, we got. Looks like Chestnut in the box here. Don't see Lick. Maybe he got up there.
Yeah, he might already be up there.
They get about 25-30 seconds on their burnout clock, and they don't have to take it all, but
no,
he's probably up there just not chilling, but chilling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. So again, casual Thursday, moving qualifying here, and we will have pro seating brackets. Again, kind of retiring the word. So no, we are not seeing Licklider.
Yeah, just down and out. He's a no-show, so looks like Chestnut's gonna have a little bye here.
All right, so not seeing Licklider. So Chestnut, the bye run here, will advance on. Out. At the AHA after hours BMW.
3 practice laps.
Yeah. This will be a bye run for Chestnut. Remember, we have to revisit the second half of the Maghoumi boss battle. But there it is for Chestnut.
Yeah, so he's in that competition timeout. Probably both those drivers in the Maghoumi boss battle. So we're going to go to Sorenson and Malvasio next. As you can see him here in the box, and Amanda's pulling out of there. And Malvasio's doing a little Austin Powers there as he maneuvers that BMW to the start line. I like having that camera there.
Mm-hmm. Double burnout box, great way to expedite the burnouts so they can go simultaneously. Get them up to the line, show flow. There's stats, Amanda Sorenson, Malvasio. See the horsepower here too. Different BMWs. I know Amanda's running LS. Malvasio?
I think they both LS, if I'm not mistaken. I can't recall what's in Malvasio, but there's probably a V8.
Both fairly equally matched, 18th and 15th after one round. Here goes Amanda Sorenson. Great angle here. Let's see. Going down the line into that outside zone. And then she comes up with that angle a little bit short there from Amanda. But Malvasio, he is way off the line. Just not getting involved. Now coming through that second outside zone. Looked like Amanda found the sweet spot there. Now coming that last outside zone 3 into it. Rips up and shoots out. That was a really good execution. She talked about slowing the car down with angle, and that's exactly what Amanda did. She did it really good. And
you can see just a little bit left foot braking, but it didn't upset the car. It looked really good in there. Like this eye in the sky here as we flick it into outer zone 1. Could have been a little deeper in the initiation. Leaves a little bit early. Malvasio, car kind of got away from him there, and he's trying to play the game of catch-up, which you never want to do in the chase position. He's not even in the zone. Amanda out front, looking very confident as they come around, drawing that arc through the inner clip. Malvasio still in frame, but he's going to have to put on a killer lead run here to sway the judges, as Amanda's definitely going to put the pressure on. You know, she's not going to be she's not just going to fall over and give it to him. So let's see what they do when they switch roles here.
Absolutely, Amanda's been a busy gal, just doing a lot of different disciplines of driving. So it's good to see her, you know, and I know she really wants to do well here. You know, Brandon, her brother, got on the podium in Atlanta. That was a big, I mean, it seemed like he won the thing. It seemed like he won the event. Here we go, Malvasio out front. Amanda, see how she hangs in this chase position. So Malvasio throws it in. Amanda having to back off, now lunges back forward. Looks like they both are inside that second outside zone. Now watch this crossover here. We saw that transition. We saw that hurt driver earlier. Amanda, you saw throwing a little bit more angle at it. So definitely could tighten it up for both of them. But we'll see. Trying to stay even keel here.
I feel like from that live shot in outer zone 1, Malvasio seemed like he just has a little too much grip in the car. Let's loosen it up, because you can see him grab a little more handbrake from what we saw on the live here. But looking at the eye in the sky here from the Air Force replay, as he brings around, comes up pretty short. He might got half a tire tread in there, but Amanda does a really good job of adapting. Now, got to hand it off to her spotter, be like, no, kind of got an advantage here. Play it safe. You might not know what he's going to do completely, so you don't want to take yourself out here. She does a really great job of getting that transition, get back in that pocket, enough to stay in the game, and a little bit of more of an edge I would have liked to see in her chase versus Malvasio's chase that when he was in that position. So as you take a look through outer zone 2, she's putting on the pressure. You can see the car getting upset, trying to keep it in drift. Either using the hand or foot brake to keep that proximity, but not just roll over into the lead position here, as Malvasio uses a little bit of foot brake there as he goes in outer 3 and brings it home here. And Michael Weber is going to point at the winner here, and the judges will let us know who is the victor and who's moving on to the main battle tomorrow.
All right. Malvasio and Sorenson awaiting the outcome here. Who's that down there on the giving the verdict?
Oh, Michael Weber. It's our guy.
Mr. Weber.
Yeah.
Where's the grill at? Break out the grill. Weber grill. It's grilling and chilling.
DQ.
All right. Just a few more. We are officially halfway through our seating brackets. All right. All right, we are finding out coming in here, and it is unanimous. Slide them left for Amanda Sorenson. Gets the victory. Amanda Sorenson gets the win. All right. All right. So Eric Medici and Lee Yearwood were intended to go next, but Medici is out, so Lee Yearwood has a bye run.
Looks like, yeah, Medici was a no-show. I haven't seen him practice on
Yeah.
the weekend, so interesting setup for Yearwood here. He's got actually an RB on the hood of this BMW.
That's crazy.
It seems to work for him.
Yeah.
Let's check him out on this free practice run.
Big angle from him. He comes up short. So unfortunately, the Mazda performance. Where's Yearwood from? I feel like with the name like Monster, I figure like Boston. How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
Monster performance.
I'm walking here.
Monster performance.
So look, that's a non-judged seating lap. Try and get away from that qualifying word more and more, but that's what that is, a non-judged lead lap.
Oh. All right, here are our stops. We are currently obviously in Englishtown, New Jersey. 2 more stops, St. Louis, Missouri, July, and then we will crown a 2024 Link Engine Management Prospec champion in Utah, Grantsville at Utah Motorsports campus, just outside of Salt Lake City. So join us either in the building or online for every round of both Prospec and Pro at FormulaD.com.
So it looks like Boston make his 5. So we got Maghoumi pulling up to the line here for his bye run. So we're going to let his hybrid, or not hybrid, but thoroughbred BMW get a little another practice lap here before getting on to our next battle here of Richard Advani and Cody Dempster. Both Corvettes next.
All right, there is Maghoumi. Yearwood is from Florida, by the way. Way off. Thanks for the heads up there. Pat Gooden, awesome possum. Passionate Pat. Awesome possum is a 350Z spacing. Yeah, come to me in a moment. All right, so moving right along here with our seating brackets.
Yeah, looks like there we got the Corvettes in the box here, getting those GT radials warmed up of Richard Advani and Cody Dempster. A couple of C6s, you know, Richard Advani out of Mumbai and Dempster out of Warrenton, Missouri.
All right, Advani actually comes to us from Southern California, but obviously claims Mumbai.
Heritage there.
Yeah, awesome.
So interesting, Richard Advani, he's got the NA kind of strategy in his Corvette, and Dempster is he's got the boost.
He's got the wound up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see Advani out front, Dempster in that chase position. Saw Dempster's vehicle over there in the fuel lab area, working with D-Mads, Derek Madison in the Pro Championship.
Who got his pro car finally, his new pro car ready for this round. Awesome. Good job to him.
Here we go. Advani out front, HP Chasers into that first outside zone. Dempster
they got the flag.
Oh, did Dempster get too aggressive there? Let's take a look at it again. Oh, we got,
Yeah, they're trying to slow him down here, Jared. They got the blinders on. So shut it down, guys. Shut it down.
Look, I was watching the screen. It looks like Advani finally shut it down.
Yeah, so that, I mean, it's pretty. I get that
the lumens are bright.
They're focused, Jared.
Yes.
They're focused here, but we do got some bright lights for the restart. It is what it is. Like they're gonna have to just turn it back, and so it looks like they hit a cone, and it'll have to be a restart. Let me get confirmation here. Yeah, Richard Advani hit a cone on the chicane here, and they got half a practice lap here before they shut it down.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Dempster might have got a little luck on his side there, because you know, he looked like he was getting into him. I don't know. I mean,
well, maybe he saw the light and he's like, well, he's still in it. I'm going to stay with him. But in the chase position, I probably wouldn't do that either.
All right, so Advani, Dempster, pull him back to line. And Pat Merdaunt, that's who old Awesome Possum was. Shout out to Paco Ibarra.
Hometown homie.
All right. Advani, Dempster, pull him right back up to the line. Taking a look at the Crazy 8 here. The decel zones, the area where you're allowed to essentially have a decel area. Obviously not do a brake check, but as you talked about, your initiation and sliding it down. And
momentum.
The outside zones and all, you know, we got our one inside clip. And we are taking a look. So the decel light. All right, so taking a look, obviously it being bright, but you can take a look at the decel lights brought to us by Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift. So it's basically like G forces. So to assist in fall for contact using the accelerometer to measure G force. So G is the measure of acceleration, constant speed. So again, negative G, you'll see red, yellow, and then obviously if it's green on their windshield, that means they have that positive G, so they're moving forward. Think of it as a weight on a pendulum in the middle of the car.
Right, it's not directly tied to the throttle or brakes. It's just kind of more reactionary to what the inputs of the vehicle were. I believe we're kind of discussing there was maybe a little contact on the run-up, and they're going to take a competition timeout here. So maybe we'll go on to the next battle here after we get these guys pulled off the line. Looks like Dempster's cruising off there.
All right, so getting some clarification here. There was some contact. So the hit equals a. Are they having to use their competition timeout, or?
Yeah, this is a sticky one, Jared. Let's take a look at our map here while we're waiting for them to confer on that, so we can look at our momentum zones there. We got 3 decels, one on the run up, one right before outer zone 2, and then one right before outer zone 3 here. We want nice smooth transitions into there, so that's where the chase driver can expect the lead driver to kind of slow down the car to set themselves up for outer zone 2, 1, 2, and 3.
All right, so just for clarification here, talking to the officials, they said that, so obviously it was a restart, but unfortunately there was contact, and Dempster feels that he needs to assess his car, so in doing that, he does need to utilize the one and done of a competition timeout. So,
okay, so he's going to use his own, which he is allowed one today. So if he moves on tomorrow, he gets another one, because they're allotted one per bracket, essentially.
All right, so here we go. Brandon McDow, Tyler Foley. McDow definitely a force. And Tyler Foley always having a good time out there. Let's see what Foley's got for us. But McDow will lead, and Foley will give chase. And here I'm roaring underneath the bridge, and here comes McDowell in that Njuku Racing Nissan Z Foley coming back through. Look at McDowell into that second outside zone, puts it exactly where it needs to be. Foley seems to be hanging tough as well. Nice drop. I mean, buried in the smoke. Look at that. I mean, navigating into that last outside zone. Foley, a little bit of contact. That could have been absolutely mint.
Yeah, that was the kind of contact where both wheels hit and the car almost takes flight.
That could have been sketchy, but I'll tell you, Foley timed it almost perfect.
Yeah, there was daylight, just enough daylight between the two cars until halfway through the zone, and then the tires kind of made a little kiss there. But look at Brandon pouring on the angle, that Turbo LSZ here as they go through outer zone 1. Foley doing a good job of mimicking despite the lack of proximity there as they go into outer zone 2. McDowell pouring on the angle here. I think that gave Foley a little opportunity to catch up as they leave outer zone 2 a little earlier. Good proximity to their inner clip there as he comes around. Look at that. Oh, he's way in front of the pocket. That's not where you want to be. So we kind of anticipated. Probably got lost in the sauce a little bit.
Easy to do.
If he would have been a little bit later, that would have been a sweet, sweet transition there by Foley. So take another look here as they go through, grabbing a little more handbrake as McDowell sets himself up through outer zone 2. Foley making up some ground there, getting some real estate down as we go through outer zone 2 into our inner clip 1. Totally lost in the smoke there, and you can see him just try and slide it back there a little bit, but it was just too little too late, and does a little half a bunny hop there as they finish out that run. So that's, I believe, since Foley didn't complete that run, it's incomplete, or it's an incomplete with contact. And over here in our race control here saying that the judges deemed Foley at fault for that. That was way out of any of the decel zones that we were just discussing on that map.
All right, so getting some clarification here. So Foley is at fault. So Foley calls a comp timeout, and McDow is allotted a 10-minute allotment because it was Foley's fault. So, yeah, regardless, competition timeout for both of them. So a little bit of calamity here, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of fire. We'll see. And don't go anywhere. We've got a few more battles left here in our Prospec seating brackets.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the two abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California.
K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
On race day, when we want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
We really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne. Okay, well, again, the plot thickens here as we saw the contact of McDow and Foley. And then we saw Advani and Dempster. And Dempster using that comp timeout. So, Margaritas Katsinis. I always butcher his name. It's a tongue twister, but
Greek doctor.
Yeah, the Greek doctor. And then Z Kennedy, Dara Kennedy. Great podcast with the Outer Zone, Jacob Kettins, who will be joining me for pro qualifying and pro competition, or pro seating bracket, excuse me, and pro competition. Josh Stewart versus Rudy Hansen, and finally Casey Cole versus Clark Hatton. Pulling up to the line, Margaritas and Zindara. So we got Kennedy and the Drift Doctor. There's the stats. Pretty equally matched, both as far as horsepower and even at their current standings.
We got a 2J under the hood and a nitrous LS in the BMW. So yeah,
I love the new seating bracket format because again, it's like a boxing card. You see on social, they're like, "This is who you're gonna go against." So yeah, and also they're looking at tape, you know, like football or baseball, right? Who are you going against? What do they got? All right, here he goes. Ooh, buddy, LS Doctor, Drift Doctor, as Z Kennedy needs to gain some ground there. Takes a little bit of angle out of it into that second outside zone. As Margaritas now passed that halfway point, you could see Z throwing some more angle at it towards that last outside area. It seemed like Kennedy was kind of struggling to keep up there a little bit.
Yeah, even from the get-go, it looked like she was a little late to the party here on the run-up here, and I'm not sure what the reasoning was, but Katsinis just kind of getting out front and further out from Kennedy, and she's trying to make up some ground here. Does a decent job of it, not cutting too much, getting in outer zone 2. And the Greek Doctor here filling out that zone really well. Kennedy kind of squirming in there in the chase position, trying to make up some ground, and does a good little dive there, but just a little too late. Left foot brake from the Katsinis there as they finish it out here, and Kennedy getting a piece of that that stadium grass there after the finish. So hopefully that doesn't affect her lead too much. There is could affect the toe or other settings there in that back right tire, back left tire of her S14.
Z Kennedy out front, Margaritas Katsinis in that chase position. Look at that straight line approach by, again, talking about the Drift Doctor into this second outside. Z gets a lot of tire out there. We'll take a look, might have been 1, might have been 2. We talked about that on the top of the show about how much that impedes on that chase driver with 2 tires going off. The attitude of the car and the gravel and all of it. So, whoa, buddy.
Yikes.
Look at that. Wow. Again, almost goes into the wall, chasing down Z. That got a little sketch. He's hyping himself up.
Let's take another look here. Katsinis, almost the same proximity. He's kind of hanging back there. I don't know what another story here in the chase is. He tries to almost has the same kind of chase strategy as Kennedy did, but she looked like it was at least one off there, hitting the dirt. Katsinis put on the pressure here. Awesome mimic here from the Greek Doctor as he pulled it around, but he does cut a lot of angle there. Doesn't even get into outer zone 3 versus Kennedy did in her chase position here. Another look here. Little angle here. I'm not sure what's going on with the Greek Doctor, but I expect a little more pressure from him in the chase position here. Just left foot braking, trying to make up for that lost time and ground there as they come through. The car disappears in the smoke. That might contribute to that as well as Kennedy finishes out that run, pouring on the angle. Tell that car it's hanging tight and it's grip tight.
All right, there we are looking in the cockpit. LS Doctor, Greek Doctor, real Doctor. I mean,
he's the PhD of drifting, I guess.
Yeah.
So remember, there's no one more times here, so we gotta have a decision, and this is gonna be another one of those tough ones where we gotta kind of pick it apart here. Let's look at the BC Racing custom coilover side by side. You can kind of see that very similar run-ups here as Katsinis out front. On the left side here, and Kennedy kind of sacrificing angle where Katsinis had a little bit of advantage here in the chase position. That might give him an edge there as they both had similar edges. Let's take a look at the outer zone 3 here, where Kennedy actually had a little more approximation there versus Katsinis was sacrificing a lot of line, wasn't in the zone in the chase position, and didn't have that much proximity versus Kennedy. So it's going to be a tough one in the judges' hands.
Taking a look, still waiting for the verdicts from our judges. Vernon, Reese, and Brian.
So we got Max out there, gonna point at the winner this time.
All right, there we go. What do you think? He's
finger guns.
Yeah, feeling confident.
Ooh.
All right, slide him left for Katsinis or right for Zendara Kennedy. It looks like Katsinis gets the victory. And okay, just for clarification, on that overhead, the judges said it was just 1 tire off. So for clarification on, you know, we said that the judges said 2 tires off, but it was just 1. So scrutinizing that run. So. scene. It looks like we're going back to Advani.
Yes.
Okay, Advani and Dempster.
There they are.
Dempster. All right, perfect. So again, Dempster utilizing that competition timeout. As you said, you get one per bracket. So, you know, not too much trouble, but
yeah,
there wasn't a run there because it's
right. I was just going to say, like, I feel like, oh, this is going to be, no, this ain't run two. We got a whole battle in front of these Corvettes to go.
Yeah, it wasn't because, again, Advani hit a cone. They didn't stop. They went about halfway through. Contact was made. Dempster called the comp timeout. So, Advani and Dempster.
Yeah, that was a long re-rack.
All right. Yeah, that was just took some time, but Dempster wanted to ensure that he had a car that he felt confident in.
Yeah, I feel like it's a smart move strategically. Yeah. I mean, you burn it. This is going to be the only battle you're going to run today.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep, absolutely. All right, run one. Advani out front, Dempster in the chase position. All right, guys, if you see that flashing light, stop. There's no flashing light. Advani across the nose of Dempster. Dempster tucks in on that first outside zone. Advani coming up a bit short there, now into the second outside zone. You can see him wavering to massage it to get in. Dempster way shallow. He's not even in the picture. Now coming out, let's see how they handle this crossover past the inside clip and into that final outside zone. Again, Advani goes to initiate, and it's just
that thing's ripped up here. We
wow.
I try and, you know, send that message out. Let's just drive the car, man.
Yeah.
Like, check all the boxes, get in the zones, you're going to do well. Like, look at here. Just swinging that thing, and then it kind of comes up short. Like you said, not a tire in outside zone one. As Dempster does a good job mimicking there. They kind of can see the grip when it comes around, and the car just kind of, like,
Dempster's just
struggling to keep it lit up. Yes, both of them. They're wavering in both positions here. You can definitely see an Advani here. Kind of wig-wagging here, and Dempster kind of falls back there. And someone's going to have to wow us here on this when we switch roles here, because that's what's going to win this battle here. We got two Corvettes, American V8s. Let's make our jaws drop here, boys.
Absolutely. I think Dempster's really going to throw it out here. You know, I would say that the needle's not going really either way. It's going to come down to this run.
I agree.
And Dempster, look at that. It seems just like he's got a fire in his belly. Yeah, he is tore up right now into that first outside zone. Want to see this overhead view, but these guys are, oh man, getting involved now with that second outside zone. Definitely going to want to see that overhead. That's the truth theorem. Shows you where the car is, the attitude of it. Now that final outside zone.
Oh,
Dempster, little quick correction, but Advani, saw him come up short.
That's it, man. He essentially stopped drifting there before the finish line. So I'm going to say that was the nail in his coffin for this weekend here. Let's take a look at it. This guy Dempster just lighting up those GT radials. Kind of comes up short, just like I don't know why he foot brake there. You need to go deeper, bud. And as they come around, Advani just not as confident in the chase position as Dempster was, and they're both could have been deeper in outer zone two. Good proximity there as he tries to make up some ground. Hit that inner clip one good. And they come around here, the car's just kind of, he's like, I give up. I'm done.
Yeah, and again, Dempster initiated into that transition, into the second outside zone. You saw the car almost checked up, and Advani almost hits him. So
yeah, let's take another look if we can see anything. Grab a little handbrake there.
Dude, I don't. That overhead, you saw him almost get into.
Yeah, I wish if we could get another look at that, we could probably dissect that a little better, because I felt like Advani was almost coming in too hot and kind of upset his car himself, versus Dempster kind of slowing things down there unexpectedly. But scores are in, so let's see what happens.
Again, Advani with that major mistake there in that chase position.
Yeah, I guess it's a moot point, right?
Yeah, exactly. But did he throw him off, So this is it. So, all right, there it is. Looks like Cody Dempster gets the victory. Dempster will advance on. Advani is knocked out. All right. 3 more battles left. We saw that contact of McDow and Foley. Second half of the McDow-Foley battle, we saw Foley get into McDow on that last outside zone. So Foley will be out front. You gotta think what's going through McDowell's head going against, looks like Foley, right?
Yeah, just seeing Kevin and our track staff out there looking at the finish. There might have been something on there, but hopefully it's offline and we can continue with this battle.
Looks like we are good to go. Seeing Foley on the start line. He will lead. McDow from Florida, running events out there at Orlando Speed World and the Black Friday event. So take a look at that here in the Orlando area. Here we go. Foley in lead position. And McDow, he really jumps up there, but has to back off. You know, does he push? Does he push too hard? But I mean, look at Foley. He's putting the car in the right places. Keep in mind that contact definitely came to an abrupt halt, but look at Foley. Found this extra soft. Straight out. Oh, that could have been way worse.
Yeah.
All right, so Foley shuts it down.
Yeah, good on him for keeping it rolling. That's one thing you don't want to do, whether it's pro drifting or drifting with your homies. You don't want to park it, or when you spin, just keep it going. So Cody's at pretty much a double deficit here as far as we're concerned. That's kind of the end of the story for him this weekend, as judges already have their scores in. So let's see here. We got Brandon McDowell is going to be the winner.
Slide him left for the Njuku Racing Nissan Z. Brandon McDowell, Tyler Foley. All right, so 2 more battles left. Looks like Josh Stewart. Josh Stewart versus Rudy Hansen. Casey Cole versus Clark Hatton. Good vibes out here. Everything's fine. We're just having fun. It's hot. Want to put on a show for the fans, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I feel like, you know, with qualifying, old format, new format, you just grow, man. You can't win in qualifying. You can't win in seeding bracket. So you got to just develop and grow, right?
Yeah, it's all you're going to learn. And I think with the new seeding bracket as our fills in our main competition, you can learn a lot more, I feel, as a driver.
Rudy Hansen, he's somebody that's just, I feel like he doesn't have to prove anything. You know, he talked about manifesting, getting on the box in Atlanta. He did that. You know, last year he made the jump to pro. He's doing Prospec and pro.
Yep.
Right. So he's got something to prove. Not to anybody, but to himself more than anything. I feel like him and his team. They party, they have a good time, and you know he's done it. And this is how it's all rolling out. You can see the yellow names are advancing on, so 2 more battles left, Stewart and Hansen, and Cole and Hatton.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy I've noticed with Rudy Hansen when he has these double duty weekends, is that he'll usually stay on the Prospec tire even when he's doing the pro stuff, because his car is already set up for it.
Yeah.
I noticed in Orlando, he's got the 295 on there, and you know, obviously because he's not running Prospec in that run, so he'll keep the 255. You know, why not? If he's competitive enough in it, feels confident.
Yep. No, that's a great observation. Here we go. Josh Stewart out front. Look at that. Another Corvette.
Yes.
Oh, tip to tail. Almost tail light to headlight. More like it. Oh, goes off course. Got a little sketchy 5,000. We'll see if that is 1 or 2 of the GT radios going off, but they keep on.
Oh, that's
that could have been a car on track. Like literally over the wall. That could have been really bad there for Stewart. That's a hard act to follow, man. Ooh, that's like that aggressive mosh pit, dude. You just back up and go, hey, bro, mosh pit's yours. You have it. I'm not messing with you at all.
You keep your bloody nose.
Yeah, I'm good. I like this band. Not that much, though. You know?
I don't hate like them. You know? All right, let's take a look at Lances. Look at that. Almost a little bit of contact there. I see a fiberglass move here as Stewart, throws on the angle there and kind of stalls that. That's kind of right before our decel map, but let's take a look in their outer zone too as Rudy's making up some ground as he's shook up a little bit after the initiation. There's a 1-2 out of the story there in the lead position here. That's an incomplete for Stewart as per this round and the judges what they're looking for here. So huge deficit for Stewart here. Taking a look here as they initiate. You can kind of see the car just getting totally upset there, totally off course. So it's let's clean it up, learn. Next round, I guess. Well, we're not done with this battle yet, but he still has.
You never know.
You never know. You know, and we don't want to have the announcer's curse, as you always like to say here. As we pick up the bits of Corvette and maybe even some 240 out there as we got him at the start line and finish our, or almost finish our seating bracket.
Yeah, and hats off to our crew, man. Like I said, it is hot out there, and Again, reapply the sunscreen, wear the sleeves, wear the hats. It's a warm one. I mean, earlier today it was 95 degrees. You said the surface temp was what?
Yeah, the track temperature was a couple hours ago, and it was 145 degrees.
Yeah, so then imagine in the cockpit.
It's probably 145 in there, too.
Yeah, so the conditions playing a major role here. I mean, again, the wind is blowing, which is good. It clears out the smoke. Well, it cools you down a little bit. 1.5 battles left. Cole and Hatton. Because no one more times in seeding brackets. A lot of pressure on Vernon, Reese, and Brian, our 3 judges here for this round of competition. Restart, Rudy. Whoa, okay, we're
Pump
good.
the brakes.
Literally. All right,
actually, I actually nabbed that in that overhead shot.
Yeah, Hansen kicked it out.
Yeah.
That back left.
Yeah, I think he killed that cone.
Yeah, there it is.
Max is holding it for him.
No touchy. No touchy. Bad baby. No squeezy. Bree Lane, happy birthday out there. Advani just texted me. Did that run with no clutch. Wouldn't engage at the last zone.
Oh, whatever.
We're only laughing because I love that.
Yeah, I like Richard.
Yeah.
All right, so let's reline these guys up. American Muscles under the hood.
Yep, let's see what we got here. Hansen, don't hit a cone, bud.
Chicane is doing its job. That's what I was
saying. It's narrow.
Whenever these drivers like, I can't get my car through. Yes, you can.
Yeah, well, they're trying to use all the track.
Trying to beeline through there.
And there we go. Hansen's got a good clean start. Initiate. Look at that thing just slammed there into that first outside zone. You can dig deep. GT radials. 255. So past that inside clip, now transition here. Wow, Rudy is just
wow. All right, Rudy.
Short sheeting, man.
I'm coming down there tomorrow and adding pressure into your tires, but I don't think you hit one single zone.
No.
So let's take a look at the eye of the sky here. A lot of gripped up Rudy here.
A little bit.
You got a half a cup.
Half outside zone.
So look at here. Oh, we got the paint maybe on that one, but you know, all jokes aside, he knew he had a huge advantage here, so he completed a run.
Yep.
Stewart's in the frame, just putting on the show here as we finish out this battle. Rudy, we got to get that thing swinging more wide, bud. We'll see you tomorrow.
Get that back end back there.
I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, and did he have an inactive lead? Which I've never heard of. But is that what he did? Rudy Hansen. No, come on, dude. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just going like I see it.
No, we're Edgar, take a look, and he's like, yeah.
Amy's laughing over here, too. All right, one more battle left as Rudy Hansen advances on. Josh Stewart spinning out, or excuse me, had the 2 tires off and unfortunately went off. So one more battle left. Casey Cole and Clark Hatton. And remember, we do have tonight under the lights, we have our pro seeding bracket. There are the stats. And again, this young man, yeah. So Clark, he's been drifting since 11 in Ireland, England, and Scotland. He came 4th 3 weeks ago in a 250 horsepower car. He came 1st in the IDC round 1. Was top 8 of the pros in 2023. And he's driven with the pros on a few occasions. Came 1st in Drift League England. He has 5 podium wins over the past 2 years. He's only driven his FD car 2 times since it's built, through trial and error. So got some stats there from the Hatton fam, from the Hatton camp. That's some great insight. Here we go, Casey Cole, Clark Hatton. Let's see, Casey Cole, that M-Spec S chassis. Here comes Clark transitioning now. And there we go, Cole gets in there, gets out, but Hatton, great pressure. Oh, has to back off a little bit. But still, let's see if he can reassume that position. You can see him reinitiate there in that last outside zone. So a little bit of an arm wrestling match going here and there, but nobody really broke the wrist and took it over the top like a switch.
That's the thing. Yeah, what I was talking about is that to print a pretty picture, you got to have a nice canvas, right? And I feel like Casey kind of fell short a little bit of that. Hatton did as well the job as he could adapting to Casey's a little less than stellar lead run here. It just seemed like he couldn't get comfortable out there.
Absolutely.
And he's bringing it around here. The car might be just too gripped up and just couldn't fill the zones and stay consistent in his angle. And Hatton did a fairly good job of trying to adapt to that. I got to have hats off to Hatton. So let's switch him around, see what Casey does in the chase, see what Hatton does. I did like Hatton's approach in the chase position on the run-up at initiation. He really dove in. It was far to the right, but it set him up for success there. But after that, it was kind of hard to adapt to, I would say. So let's switch it around.
All right, here we are. The last half of the last battle of our Prospec seating brackets. Then we'll take a break, but we're back here with pro competition, E-Town, the first ever purpose-built drift coliseum in the United States. Here we go, Hatton out front. Let's see what kind of run we get from a good initiation there from Hatton. Big, nasty one. He goes 1 and 2. Oh boy, and that throws Casey Cole off quite a bit. So I think Hatton was trying to be aggressive, just bit off more than he could chew, and it looks like he almost did that again. So we'll take a look. It looked like 2 off. It looked like 2.
Okay.
So again, with 2 off, but we'll take a look. That naked eye looks pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like that's he threw Casey Cole a lifeline there, if that's the case. So let's run it back, run the tape back, and see what happens here. Because I want to see if that was 2 or not. That's going to be a big factor
overhead.
Here. So we got.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think that rear right looked like it was in the zone.
I think we need the overhead.
Yeah, it's the super overhead. So if that's the case, if he only had 1 off, he's still in the game here, and then Casey just...
you think Casey got aggressive?
I think Casey got... Okay, here we go. This is what we want to hear. Slow it down. Okay, so outer zone 1. There's 1. I can't see it from...
Watch the front
yeah.
left. I mean, how do you follow that?
That's
I mean, that's a lot of car off track. I mean, look at where he hit the clipping point indicator with his door.
Yeah, he basically T-boned it.
So how do you chase that? Imagine you're Casey.
Well, you try. Obviously, you're always trying to keep proximity, but it's hard to have that kind of that world view here, and a lot of our paint's off. But you can see there's the right rear is dropping right there, right before the inner clip, and like he said, he's about the inner or that outer clip indicator doored him, and so that happened before Casey's spin out, but you can't blame Casey for spinning out because he's following him into it was a trap.
Yep, it's a trap. It's a frap. Frappuccino.
So.
All right, so slide him left for Cole or right for Hatton, and yeah, it looks like Hatton. The judges, did you guys decide was that two tires off, and it's hard act to follow, right? Yeah, so getting the head nod from Reese
it's hard to dispute
and
that.
Brian. So, well, unfortunately, the young buck Clark Hatton makes a major mistake, but Casey Cole reaps the rewards of that mistake, and there it is, just like that. Our Prospec Link Engine Management seating bracket is a wrap. So 16 drivers out of those 30 some odd, because we had some no-shows, we had a bye run.
Probably like in the low 40s, I'd say, for...
Yeah, yep. So 32 drivers, but remember, we're gonna wash, rinse, repeat, but we're gonna find out 7:30 for our, again, pro seating bracket. So our show continues here at E-Town. Matt, I know you gotta go back to the line, but thanks again, brother.
Oh, always, that's always a blast up here, and hopefully the sun goes down, and I'll be
sun eventually will go down.
Yeah.
Don't let the sun go down on you, though, okay?
Never.
Okay.
Shine bright.
Yeah, shine bright like a diamond. Well, Matt, thank you so much. Closing words on that. See you tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll be up here, and we're going to have some good battles here. Just today, I'm pumped.
All right. Matt Soap on Europa, keeping it clean. And I'm Jared Deanda. I'll be back here with Jacob Gettins, host of the official Formula Drift podcast, The Outer Zone. So why don't you go listen to one right now? You got some time. Because tune in at 7:30 p.m. Not you, Matt. You got stuff to do, like lunch.
Yeah,
or dinner,
exactly.
Brunch, whatever we got. Thanks for joining us here on behalf of the whole staff. We'll be back here 7:30 local time. Send it.